morning and welcome. Happy Hump Day. Patriot Radio News Hour. Joe Jaquin here. I'm going to be solo for a little while today. Jason will be back. Our toll-free number, 800-951-0592. The website at allamericangold.com. And it is Fed Day Wednesday, the day that, unless something incredibly unexpected happens and the Federal Reserve actually starts following its, quote, mandates, we're going to get another rate cut. I think we're going to get another rate cut. I think most likely you're going to see the end of quantitative tightening on top of it. And I think you're also going to see them set up for the next rate cut. Because remember, stocks are at all-time highs. Inflation is now mild at 3%. Oh, and the unemployment rate is like 4.1, 4.2. I mean, I know that, we're not really sure. The government won't tell us any numbers. Get ready for extremely, again, I think this is right on track. This is the option that they have picked. The shutdown still in effect. I don't know, I guess no food stamps this weekend. No pay for troops or air traffic controllers or anybody else. We'll see. I don't know. Everyone's lost their absolute minds. But here's the one thing I'm certain of, and I have been for a long time. Listen, they're taking what they feel is the easiest route. And what do I mean by that? They didn't have a good choice. We already know they didn't have any good choices. And the choices were be fiscally responsible, crash the economy, pop the bubble while it was still, we could have popped this bubble at Dow 35,000, but they didn't want to. We could have popped it at Dow 40,000, Dow 45,000. Now we got Dow 47, almost 48,000. And the answer is make the bubble even bigger and forget about any type of economic plan. The plan is simple. We're going to print into oblivion until the whole world, I guess, implodes. But this is, again, we keep saying it. We got the winners here. Gold and silver, big recovery today. Not really a surprise, right? These markets aren't going anywhere. Big announcement out of South Korea yesterday saying that they are going to be very, very active in buying gold. Madagascar, it seems like every couple of months you end up with more countries coming out and saying what we already knew, which is, man, we better get a gold, and we better get as much of the gold as we possibly can. Even though gold is at record highs, there's no silver anywhere. J.P. Morgan now is saying there may be competition as, well, I think it's Citigroup now saying that, hey, we're going to get involved in the precious metals industry and kind of take over or at least challenge J.P. Morgan along with Morgan Stanley. Guys, again, I'm going to say it to you over and 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 over again. You got to do two things. Protect your wealth. I know, but you're like, Joe, but it's all-time high stocks. And you even say they're going to go a little higher. Yes, they are. They are. But so is gold, so is silver. And they're going higher than stocks. Protect it. Protect what you've already earned. The banks aren't going to pay you squat. Wait till you see what happens over the next year. You won't believe it. I can't believe it. I can't believe they're dumb enough to do it to us, but they are. And then, of course, we always tell you now, you need to find more income. If you don't want to be affected by this idiotic, stupid, moronic policy that the quote-unquote central bank has been unleashing on the citizenry for over 100 years, you better find more income. That's where we think Texit fits that bill. When we get back, I've got a very awesome silver special, and then we're going to talk about the latest in Texit. Stay with us. 800-951-0592. We'll see what happens later this afternoon when the Fed, I'm just going to say, announces their lowering rates again, despite everything that says they're not supposed to. But hey, what are rules for? They're made to be broken. Quick look at the markets. The Dow's up 250. The S&P's up 13. The Nasdaq's up 120. The 10-year note, look at they're trying to hide it from me today. They don't want you to know, but I'll get it there. The 10-year note right now, here we go. 3,996. So I guess we'll say 4% on the 10-year note right now. Gold is up 64,015. Silver's up $1.25, 48.25, and it looks like they're now saying, "Hey guys, we got a new type of economy, the K economy." They always try to make something up, right? The K economy. What's the K economy? Well, the K economy is, just kind of like what we said. There's a few people doing really well, and everybody else is sucking. You know, the bottom half of the K, well, the problem is this is one of those weird-looking Ks where the top half's real tiny, and then there's a really big bottom. But NVIDIA may be a $5 trillion company today. Apple's a $4 trillion company. Amazon, right? Elon Musk wants $1 trillion. Don't worry, guys. It's totally normal. What could possibly go wrong? Here's the special. I've got 20 rolls of rounds. These are nice rounds. From the Sunshine Mint, $960. Which means, like usual, right now we are below melt. That puts it at $48. I got a funny feeling silver's not going to stay down very long, if at all. So jump in here below melt. I have them live in Phoenix. So if you want Phoenix guys, if you want to come and get them today, I've got them here. Colorado, we'll get them in the mail. Jason, we'll have them up there. You guys can pick them up early next week at 800-951-0592. Take the time. Remember what we said. Add. Protect what you've already earned. $20 gold pieces. Add $100 from yesterday. $41.95. And again, I think we're kind of seeing here, it looked like the bottom was forming yesterday. So far today, that is being reaffirmed, and looks like gold and silver want to continue to go higher. And the interest simple. Everyone still wants to buy it. Everybody. Why? Because they are debasing fiat money. Think about what they want. By this time next year, they want the bank to pay you nothing, right? We're going to go back to you get no interest. Inflation now, we got to believe, is mild at 3%. By the way, if you actually read all these earnings reports, and I don't need to bore you with all the details, all the companies are saying the same thing. Oh, yeah, we're not done raising prices. Yeah, the whole tariff thing, yeah, that's still happening. Yeah. I don't know. Just seems idiotic. But again, like I say, it's probably the best choice of them all, right? Those of us that are smart enough are going to do really, really well, and everybody else gets wiped out. Hopefully, the supermarkets won't get looted. That's what I hope. But the need for income, guys, I don't have all the answers. You know, I like it when people have gold and they can use it to sell it when they're older and, supplement their income at retirement. I mean, look at Social Security. They gave you 2.8. Then they came out and said, well, inflation's mild at 3%. Of course, the core numbers are much higher than that. And then when you go and think about the fixed income levels that seniors are facing, it's huge how much it costs them. And, of course, this year, they're going to get hit with much bigger insurance premiums. So now they're really behind. And at least for the next little while, to whenever the mine is full, listen, we're approaching 50,000 miners. That's going to put us, you know what, that's like a third full. And then think about it. We hit 50,000 miners, and let's just say every person signs up just one person. That'd be 100,000. And then at that point, right, forget it. You got like a couple of weeks, and the mine's going to be full. And then this opportunity will be gone. They hinted yesterday, right now, you buy 5 seats, you get 1 free. Buy 9 seats, you get 2 free. They hinted yesterday for the first time. Bobby said those are getting ready to go away, which just makes sense. So remember, each seat $9.95. You got to add $25. I'll call it the crypto fee. As I pay every week now hundreds of thousands of dollars in crypto. We used to be able to do it differently. We can't any longer. So it's 2.5%, and literally that is what it cost me. This week I'm sending $208,000 in crypto, and they're whacking me 2.5%, which is actually pretty good. Right? Think about it. Credit card fees are way higher than that. So that way I can send it all to Texas in crypto. Right now, the price, we're in the 530s, 534, 535, 536. And it really has that feel like it wants to go higher again. Why? Well, we've added some new information to the public. Our code is out there to the public. We've got our blockchain out there. All of you can go and see it. Matter of fact, if you go to the dashboard, log out of your dashboard and you hit the help button and you click on the path to 16, when you go down there, scroll all the way down towards the bottom. We have these links. And they are the links to all of our liquidity. And then I want to say it's mempool. We have everything out there, full disclosure. As far as I know, I don't know. Maybe they do the other like Bitcoin. I don't know. Can you see it? I don't know. But you can see everything we do. All the purchases, all the spending, everything. I mean, everything's out there. In addition to that, on the dashboard, we've added another line on the chart. So we have the chart. You guys that are miners know what I'm talking about. If you log into your dashboard, the very first chart is a chart of our hash power, how much hash power we've sold, and how much hash power that we've so far put into effect. Right now, that chart isn't the greatest because it just shows, hey, we've sold a little over 17 million megahash, 17 million megahash, which is over 17% of all the seeds. Remember, what are we doing? We're building a 100 million megahash mine. The thing that we didn't have that we do now is how much equipment have we bought? See, because that's something where when we go out and we look at 17 million megahash, we'd want the mine to be around 17 million megahash. It's not. We're at like a million. Way behind. Here's the great part now. We've bought 20 million megahash worth of mining equipment. And we've got the receipts. We're just waiting to get them installed. I've got an update. We've been waiting and waiting and waiting. The first mega mine yesterday, we had a video of it. My buddy Steve, the dude, Steve Walsh was there. We turned the mine on for the very first time. Right now, for the next 24 hours, we are just circulating the oil. Want to make sure there's no leaks, that there's no issues. And by this time next week, the first mega mine will be up and running. And each mega mine, remember, we want 35 of them, and each one of them runs at about 3.3 million megahash. Could be earlier. We'll see, right? Hopefully, if there's no leaks and whatnot, that thing could be up maybe this weekend. But let's just say by this time next week, the first one's up and running. That is going to be a big confidence booster, and I think a big driver of price, because this proves to the world we're really doing it. There really is this mine. We really are going to build a 100 million megahash mine. On top of that, containers 2 and 3 have now been put into place. The power is there. Those will be up very quickly. So in a matter of, I hate putting a timeline, because when you're dealing with this kind of stuff, you never know. One little thing could slow it up. But in a matter of a couple weeks, our mine could be running at about 12 million megahash. But I think the best part is we're showing the whole world that we've got more than the amount of equipment sold already bought. And now we're proving that we can put it in and get it running. I think that's a game changer. I don't think it. I know it. I know it. And the people, the towns that are lining up to get involved with digital dollars and start building on top of this mine. Guys, they're lined up. You're going to have to take my word for it. 800-951-0592, Patriot Radio News Hour. Joe Jakeman here on this Wednesday. Silver rounds, 20 rolls of rounds. It's 20 ounces of silver. Sunshine mint, really nice. These are nice looking rounds. Below melt at $960. They're live here in Phoenix. I'm just going to say this, 20s, $41.90, and I have the right, well, I always have the right to change the price, but we'll see what happens this afternoon. I'm anticipating a very dovish central bank. Rate cut, ending quantitative tightening, setting up for another rate cut. That is exactly what I'm anticipating. I will not be surprised if you see gold and silver rallying again. 800-951-0592. So for those of you out there, listen, guys, our job's to build this mine. That's the deal. How is this going to work? We got to get the mine built. The one thing I'm convinced of, we've got a line of communities, businesses, I'm talking big ones, talking about fairs and festival businesses. Think about Renaissance festivals. Think about all the fairs that you see. And I'm not talking about the big fairs like the Arizona State Fair, even though they should. But the companies that do the smaller ones, they're ready. They're dying for this. I know Layer 2 is done. We're a Layer 1 crypto right now, right? What does that mean? We're in the process of building the mine. Essentially, we have a proof of work crypto, right? Which means this isn't a meme coin, right? None of that stuff. There's actually work behind it. When this first mine comes on, when these first 3 mines come on, because I think they're going to come on boom, 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 it's a game changer. Because now all of the doubters, the naysayers, right? This is the last kind of piece of the puzzle for us. First, they said we didn't have any volume and we weren't on any exchanges. Well, guess what? We got volume for days. We were on exchange. Matter of fact, we're adding 3 more exchanges. We're going to be on 10 exchanges within the next 2 weeks. We have really great volume, and from where I started in May to today, it's incredible. It's incredible. This thing has a ton of momentum. Because we're everywhere in Texas, and of course Texas, right, they're creating their own mini Wall Street there. We've actually had some hedge funds and types reach out. Not to be miners. Don't worry, we're not allowing them in to be miners, but inquiring if we would be open to them buying a large amount of TXC. And of course we said, yeah, sure. Of course they wanted to be miners. We said, no, we can't do that. But if you believe in this project, right, why wouldn't a hedge fund take a shot? Think about it. Right? Forget about $16. We're talking about $800, $1,000, $2,800, and it's $535. Yeah, who wouldn't want to take a shot at that? If you believe in what we're doing. But we've got to get the mine built. And this is going to be huge. Because it now shows, wait a minute. This isn't a Ponzi scheme. Of course, we didn't borrow any money anyway. It's just uneducated people. It's not a pump and dump, right? It's not a rug pull or whatever else they want to say. No, we're actually doing it. And I think we're going to be, the mine will be big enough before the year is over. We're going to have people building on top of it before then. That's what I think. Has somebody whispered in my ear this? No. But using my emotional intelligence and reading between the lines, this is what's coming. If you haven't signed up yet, what are you waiting for? How much more proof do you need to see? It's still early. And I'll just say this. Being in the first 50,000, there may be added significance. And what I mean by that, outside of getting, the BOGO hash, there is going to be some more opportunities in some, let's just say, other projects that are going to be building on top of our mine. It will be limited. So in other words, hey, this isn't going to be something where right now, because we're in the U.S., we can buy as many seats as we want. I mean, up to the 27, but as many people can sign up as they want till the mine is full. These other opportunities that I'm talking about, there will be a restriction on the number of people that are in Texit that will be able to get in on these other opportunities. Obviously, those of us that put our faith in the early, we're going to get the first crack at these things. I can't give you more details yet, but I'm just telling you, all of you out there that are out there helping us build this mine, you're going to get an opportunity. All of you out there that, hey, I went in, I did a 9-pack. You know what? I did a 27-pack. You know what? I put my money where my mouth is for you guys. You're going to get other opportunities. Yeah. This may be the golden goose. We'll be back after the break. 800-951-0592. Gold's up 55. Silver's up $1.25. $20 gold pieces, $41.95. And the big silver sale today rolls around until I'm out below melt at $960 a roll of 20. And these are really nice. Sunshine Mint rounds, really nice looking rounds. 800-951-0592. But we're talking about what's going on at Texit. This is kind of our weekly deep dive into it. And guys, this is going to be, I think, a very cool and redefining week. And let's say next 2 weeks as the first 3 containers come online. This is going to be a very big message to the world that this thing is real. Right? And I know, listen, I see them. Oh, it's a scam. It says, now most of them are super old and you really don't hear a lot of that too much anymore, but they never have any evidence of it. And we do everything to provide even more evidence and more proof that this is the real thing. And of course, when these mines turn on, that's when we're going to see a huge impact. The amount of Litecoin that we produce is going to go through the roof. You'll be seeing us doing Dogecoin, all these things, and those matter because those are cost offsets, right? Those are big things. The mine is going to be at the point where it's going to be big enough that Layer 2 can start. That's right. I think that's the next or the first one is, okay, prove it to them. And we're a little late, right? We thought that the first mine would have been up, last month. Right? I should say early this month. That's kind of what, we thought it'd be, we're about a month behind. And guess what? People got fired for that. And that's, I think, something we'd all want to see. That's how it's meant to be. What if this was fake, you don't fire them, right? Yeah, keep going, right? No. This is going to be the first big step. The next one is when that first city, and I pretty much know who it is. I just can't tell you. Starts building their Layer 2 on top of our mine. And it's going to be something where all of these people are going to be like, wait, what? No, wait, but I thought this was a scam. Jason, we've got two big steps we got to do. We got to get these mega mines up, which the first one looks like any day. Now, right now, it's running, but all we're doing is circulating the oil because we immerse them, right? Energy reduction. Make sure there's no leaks. Going to run it for 24 to 36 hours, and as long as everything's good to go, we're gonna start getting this thing operational. And then once the mine is big enough, having Layer 2 start and having people immediately start, we can have all of this before the end of the year, and I think that will blow people out of the water.
Yeah, sometimes it just doesn't happen exactly as planned, right? I mean, took a little longer
right? God's got a sense of humor, right?
It took a little longer to get the transmitter up and running at KXXT, but it got done. At least.
Listen, they're way ahead of Jason and I. I mean, it took like 2 years for us to finally get that thing up and running, but we got it there. But 30 days late, not that bad. Really, in the scheme of things, not that bad. But this is something, like I said, get in because you get rewarded every day. There's not very many things out there that, it's almost like a dividend. The difference is, like some of these stocks, let's face it, they're not great stocks, but you buy it for the dividend. Hey, you know what? They pay me 5, 6, 7% every year, right? And so, maybe the stock doesn't do much, but I'm getting 5 or 6%. It's like, it is this opportunity until the mine is full. It's like buying into a crypto that pays you a dividend. But in the crypto world, the dividend gets paid every day. 365 days a year. It doesn't even take off Christmas. You get coins every single day. Well, how can I sell them? Blah, blah, blah. Dude, we got 7 exchanges that you can pick one. Hey, guess what? We got 3 more coming. We're going to have 10 exchanges not before Halloween, but before Thanksgiving. You can't get, it doesn't get much easier. We've got U.S.-friendly exchanges. We've got non-U.S.-friendly exchanges. We've got big exchanges, little exchanges. We got something for everyone. And, of course, the ability to generate income daily, reliably. Just think about, where do you really think prices are going to be in the next 5 years? You think they're going lower with all the money they're printing? Or you think, oh gosh, they're going to keep going higher? Right? How about gold and silver? You think gold and silver are going to keep going higher? Yeah. That means everything's going to get a lot more expensive. That's why you need the income. 800-951-0592, final segment. Patriot Radio News Hour, Joe and Jason on this Wednesday, 41.95 on 20s, as gold has rebounded here, kind of had some technical pattern happen yesterday and now is heading back into positive territory as Korea and Madagascar announcing, obviously Korea, the big one in there, but they're going, looks like, now they didn't say exactly how much they're going to buy, but boy, did they say that not only are they going to be buying for the medium term, long term. So, by the way, South Korea may be one of those opportunities we talked about. I don't know, just saying. Having said that, rolls around below spot. I had 20 rolls. Whatever's left, they're live in Phoenix. So Colorado, I'll have them up there lickety-split for you. Phoenix, you can come get them, $960. Of course, we'll hear from Jay Powell in, 3 hours from now. And then, of course, we'll talk about that tomorrow. But today, talking about Texas, the big move is coming. The first mega mine, it's running. Right now, we're just running the oil through. The power's there, the meter's there, everything's there. As long as there's no leaks, we're going to run it for 24, maybe 36 hours. And then we're going to start putting 200 L9 servers in. And that thing, we could be talking next week about 3.3 million more mega hash coming. And then, of course, the second and third containers. They are now both in place. The power is there. So those are going to be coming right along. So we can make a big move here in the next couple of weeks. And I'll just say this, two things. You want to be in early, you want to be in before 50,000, and you want to be in before the mine is big enough that Layer 2 starts. And I think Layer 2, listen, the mine can be big enough before Thanksgiving for Layer 2 to start. And I'm just telling you, we already have, it's already, we kind of know that Layer 2 is going to happen and who it's going to start with. We got people ready. They're going to start building on top of this mine very, very quickly. So, Jason, this is something, like I said, we could see this price really move because all of a sudden they're like, oh, crap.
Yeah, it's gonna catch a lot of attention.
Yeah. The building of the mine, the mega hash going online is going to catch a lot of attention. But, of course, no one wants to use Texacoin. You want to bet?
It's coming.
Watch it.